What did I just watch? That's gotta be one of the craziest cliffhangers. I feel like Wilson Fisk after that episode.
I find that a primal scream is the best way to release your emotions.
Rah! Daredevil Born Again just don't miss. Either way, a whole lot happened this episode, and me and you, we gotta talk about it. This is your spoiler warning. You have been warned. We opened up this episode with Fisk and the Fiskettes talking about how Daredevil took down Muse and how Angela was taken to the hospital. But all that man Fisk cares about is if Daredevil is really back. He out there looking at the window like, as we cut to Angela having nightmares in her hospital bed. I love how we cut back and forth between the memories of that night to Matt in the shower, being baptized, born again. But Heather looks at all the bruises and blood that he has on him. She starts getting worried. But not only is Matt Murdock a generational aura farmer, he's also an elite gaslighter. He just like me for real. I know this was supposed to be a nice sentimental moment, but I just thought it was so funny how Matt palmed her face like a basketball. But when Heather begins to question him about those bruises and blood, he of course gaslights her, saying, what, a blind man can't run into a wall every now and then? But he's so smooth. She don't even pick it up no more. I did think it was sad how he listened to her heartbeat to see if she really loved him. Anyway, the face palming will play a huge factor in a little bit, as Cherry is pissed off that Matt became Daredevil again because he said he left that life behind. I like Cherry. He's kind of a real one. Matt said he killed 61 people and it would have been 62 if I wasn't there. I found him in one night. Cherry said, what, do you want a medal? But then Cherry said, I can't be a part of this. I'm out. But I'm not gonna hold you. When he asked Cherry, when the NYPD faced a similar situation like this, tell me, who did they call?
That's called motherfucking bull.
This is the face of a man who likes it. Hell, he loves it. Picking back up with Hello Darkness, mild. Ain't no way Daredevil really got you this in shambles. He's probably getting those I beat you flashbacks. What we should be worried about is Vanessa. Anyway, he has a nice little conversation with you are not Wesley, little bro. Basically saying, listen, I might be the mayor, but we're gonna get our hands dirty. Because that demon is back, we gotta put an end to this. No more vigilantes. It's time for me to put my Fisk down. We pick up with Matt visiting Angela in the hospital as he asks her if he can remember anything about Muse. She said he was mumbling to himself about these drawings he had in his sketchbook. So Matt's like, say less. I don't know who's gonna stop him, but I can guarantee you someone will. You might as well be wearing a sign on your forehead saying, I'm Daredevil. But then we cut to Vanessa meeting with Luca, and they're staging a coup against Fisk. No, not Vanessa. We pick up with Heather, who does end up meeting with this creepy young man, who is, it's fucking Muse. We all knew it. But at the same time, Detective Kim visits Fisk. After going through Muse's lair, they find a piece of his clothing that is made out of this really expensive and rare canvas. Only 12 people have purchased it. They met with 11 people, but there was one man with a shady background that stood above the rest. And I love how we cut back and forth between Fisk, Kim, and Heather and Bastion. You are not a sentinel, little bro. Might as well have called him Banksy. But I love how he slowly switches from like the shy, timid kid, as you learn that he's fucked up and he killed his Taekwondo instructor. Also explains why he kind of tough, like he got hands. As he tells Heather, you don't understand. This is all thanks to you. His nose starts bleeding and he uses the blood on his nose to draw who he really is. He wants Heather to know. And she knew before he started talking. But once he started doing that, she was like, oh fuck, I'll just inspire a serial killer. Ha! That's not all, Heather. Guess what? Like Goldberg says, you're next. As he knocks Heather out, he's about to turn her into a nice chair. We cut back to the cops in the forensic unit, wrapping up doing forensics on Muse's lair. And Matt pops down and starts looking through his little sketchbooks and stuff. He feels a painting that reminds him of Heather's face. I don't know how that works, but Muse must be a great artist. Maybe he's not the best. Maybe he just let him do his art. He's artistic. That's when a dirty cop pulls up, and of course it's this fucking guy. He's like, hey! Matt just throws his billy club at him out of pure instinct and knocked that man out cold. He had him looking like a pinball. Even Matt was like, ah, shit. But this is the face of a man who knows who that was, and he liked it. He loved it. Hey, I like this gimmick of beating up on this one particular dirty cop. Let's keep doing this. But that's when Fisk gets a call, and it's that dirty cop who has just woken up from a nice nap, saying that guess what? Daredevil was here in his lair. But that's not all, because we also know that Heather Glenn, Muse got her right now. And Fisk is like, fuck, that's my therapist. She's what I need to make sure that me and Vanessa stay together. So Fisk calls in his dogs, the anti-vigilante task force, to go take down Muse. As we pick up with Heather regaining consciousness, like me after 25 milligrams. Surprise, mother. Oh no, Muse has a gun. Heather starts talking crazy to him, saying that people who wear masks, they're cowards. So Muse says, say that again? I didn't hear you the first time. Stabs her arm. She starts bleeding. He has her hooked up and shit. He tosses over a tarp and Heather's over there like, what are you doing? And I was just like, have you not seen The Departed? Any mob movie ever? You're cooked. I mean, I gotta give it to Heather. She doesn't go away without a fight. We get a little bit of a struggle. But that man Muse starts choking her ass out. But just in the nick of time, boom! Daredevil breaks through the window like the Kool-Aid man.
Oh yeah!
Throws his billy club at Muse, and that man don't even know what hit him by the time it hits him in the face. They start scrapping a little bit, but then Muse is like, oh, I got an opportunity to kill Heather, grabs his knife and runs towards her, and it was all done in Zack Snyder Eat Your Heart Out slow motion. I was like, oh my god, she's cooked. Then you see fucking Matt's billy club burst through this guy's shoulder like a fucking chest burster from Alien, and Matt said, nah, I'm not done with you. Get over here. And he just starts going to town. Ayo, beating the dog shit out of Muse, painting his own canvas. Like my brother in Christ, he was painting Muse's suit into a Daredevil color red. He was like, I'm gonna take your suit too when I'm done. He said, give me your fucking neck. Slams him into the bookcase. As Cole North, by the way, big comic character, I'll explain who he is. And the anti-vigilante task force pops in. Matt got Muse over here quivering. I was like, please, he's already dead. Like the punches here were impactful. My favorite moment was when he picked up Muse like a toddler, just so he can primal scream directly into his face. Ah! Then when he throws him out, Heather fucking shoots him like 6 times like he's 50 Cent. It was like the opening to Many Men. Even Matt was like, oh shit, Heather, I was not familiar with your game, but you had to do what you had to do. But then Heather passes out and Matt goes over there and he starts saying, stay with me, famous last words. I was like, oh my god, Heather's And that's when the task force finally pops in, but all they're left with is Heather and Muse. Who's dead? Huh? What do you mean? I mean, this is probably how he'd want to go out because this looks very artistic. But ain't no way he's dead. I'm hoping and praying that this means he's gonna get his powers, but we shall see. As Cole North tells Mayor Fisk about everything that happened here, saying that Daredevil was here and he stopped him and all that, yada yada. But Fisk is like, I don't know what you're talking about. The AVT stopped this. And Cold North is like, wait a minute, you're right. Great opportunity to use the apprehension of Muse to boost yourself. Sounds very similar. I love Michael Gandolfini. The way he blackmailed BB
My man.
in like the kindest, gentlest way was tough. As we pick up with Heather in the hospital, that alliteration kind of went crazy. She wakes up and tells Matt that Daredevil saved her and he knew her name. And Matt's like, oh, that's interesting. But we see that Bastion, aka Muse, is dead. He's fucking dead. And we see that Mayor Fisk's anti-vigilante task force is taking credit for it. That bald-headed demon is a smarter man than you think. Nah, bro, he's got to change the name of the anti-vigilante task force to the Noble Corps. Why? Because they're a bunch of Richard Riders. It's a very niche joke. I hope someone gets it. Dick Riders. But then we cut to
Vanessa.
ordering a hit on Fisk. And as Luca's about to shoot that bald-headed demon in the back of the head, what's that in the distance? Huh, Luca, you need to wipe yourself off, man. You dead. Of course, Fisk is doing his favorite thing that he likes to do. Eat, eat, eat.
I need him to get big and strong, just like his comic counterpart.
As that man Buck, yes, I will acknowledge you now, pops out of the shadows. I'm not gonna lie, you get like plus 10 aura for this. You're growing on me. You still ain't Wesley, but you're growing on me. As we end on this shot of Fisk being like, damn, she really gonna try to kill me? I hope it was like an inside job on Luca and Vanessa didn't really order this hit, but she did it knowing that Luca would get... I don't want to see Fisk and Vanessa break up. I love that. I feel like I need a shot after that episode. I don't even drink like that for real. The editing in this episode was questionable, I will say that. But outside of that, I was thoroughly engaged. The story keeps moving and moving. Muse is definitely not dead. Ain't no way they're gonna do him done in 2 episodes, but this opens up the door for him to get his power. I'm thoroughly enjoying Daredevil, but let me know what you think about this episode down in the comments below. And as always, like and follow up, I'm out.